We'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's NECC wrestling match. In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and will not welcome at IHSAA events. Let's afford the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. To give our athletes the best chance of continuing to be able to wrestle, and our fans the best chance of continuing to come to and watch, we ask that everyone stay masked up and observe social distancing. We also ask that as soon as the match is over, everyone exit the facility. Your cooperation is truly appreciated. At this time, not yet.
Hi folks, Drew Kiesbert here. We are live inside the steel cage at the Fremont Gymnasium for tonight's meet between Fremont, Westview, and Eastside for Fremont Wrestling. And just want to give you a quick programming note. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of the Fremont action, whether it's wrestling, basketball, football, whatever it might be. All right. Also want to make sure that we mention as well that we have tomorrow night, we have JV action right here, starting at 6 o'clock, girls at 6 and boys about 7:30, both JV games tomorrow night. And then Saturday, the big triple header as our boys basketball teams, C team, then JV, then varsity, starting at 4:30 p.m. right here on the Fremont Eagles Network. With that out of the way, wanted to pass this along to our announcing crew for tonight's event. It is the Honorable Jerry Eck and His Royal Highness Dwayne Eck. Here we are, Fremont Wrestling. Let's rock and roll.
All right, good evening, folks. As we prepare for the national anthem, we'll take a moment here.
At 106 pounds, for Westview, Colin Yoder. For the Eagles, Corbin McCullough. At 113 pounds, for Westview, Isaac Moore will receive a forfeit. At 120 pounds, for Westview, Keegan Colheim will receive a forfeit. At 126 pounds, for the Eagles, Zach Pico will receive a forfeit. At 132 pounds, for Westview, Nick Bontrager. And for the Eagles, Aiden Hawkins. At 138 pounds, for the Eagles, Clayton Moosley will receive a forfeit. At 145 pounds, for Westview, Jace Greenberger. And for the Eagles, Wyatt Claxton. At 152 pounds, for Westview, Chandler Cushman. And for the Eagles, Carter Meeks. At 160 pounds, for Westview, Anthony Stevens. And for the Eagles, Ryan Texler. At 170 pounds, for Westview, Doug Calvillo. And for the Eagles, Lance Hook. At 182 pounds, for the Eagles, Caden Hanshew will receive a forfeit. At 195 pounds, Jacob Beam will receive a forfeit for the Eagles. At 220 pounds, RJ Dillbone will receive a forfeit. And at 285 pounds, for Westview, Taven Schrock. And for the Eagles, Karen Wells.
All right, folks, we welcome you back to the program.
Let's wrestle!
Tonight we're starting out wrestling.
At
We're going to
106,
start at
for
106.
Westview, Colin Yoder. And for the Eagles, Connor McCaw.
Westview and Fremont are wrestling tonight due to COVID. Usually they would see each other at a dual match at the Eastern Invitational down at Kokomo over the Christmas break. Corbin comes in this year. He's 8-2, and he's looking pretty good from his when he wrestled middle school. Much improvement this year. Corbin working on inside tie.
Putting a lot of forward pressure, controlling the match right now.
Needs to be inside there. He's just working different shot setups. Pretty exciting year this year for Fremont Wrestling. Most of the kids are winning records, pretty much all of them at this point right now. Could be one of the favors to win the Westview sectional this year. Referee gives them both stall warnings. Nobody's worked for a takedown. Corbin's in on a leg. Takedown.
Another good fact is Fremont's got almost a pretty solid young team with only one senior this year, which is RJ Dillbone, going for his 100th win tonight.
Out of bounds. 8.5 seconds left. Corbin's up 2-0 right now. Just needs to ride him out for the next 8.5 seconds here. Get near fall. So if you got a 3 count, got 2 near fall. It's a good first period there for Corbin.
Westview will choose bottom in the second period.
Caution on Corbin. You have to start with the hand on the belly button. He was just off. Trying to spiral ride him out here.
Fast explosion right off the whistle for both of them.
Just needs to keep running that spiral. He's running the spiral. Looks like he's going to get it here. Again, Corbin's up 4-0. He's going to get some near fall here. Here comes his near fall. Looking for a pin. Settles his hips back. He's got a pin. Gets off his knees. Looking for the pin. He's still got a minute left. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time, Corbin.
Needs to get chest to chest and stay heavy.
There he is. Good job, Corbin.
Winner by fall for the Eagles, Corbin McCullough.
Next match at 113. Fremont's going to have a
At
forfeit.
113, Isaac Moore will receive a
Westview, Isaac
forfeit
Moore's
for
going to
Westview.
win. 120, the same thing. Keegan Colheim, he is going to get a forfeit. So our next match will be 132, actually, be our next match. So 126,
At
Zach
120,
Pika
Keegan
will also
Colheim
receive a forfeit for
for
Fremont.
Westview.
So our next match is going to be Aiden Hawkins and Nick Bontrager. Bontrager's a freshman, and Aiden is a junior.
At 126, Zach Pico will receive
Last
a
year,
forfeit for the
Aiden
Eagles.
was a regional qualifier, fourth at sectional. Lost to a pretty good kid from Elkhart Central.
Wrestling at 132
At regionals,
for Westview, Nick Bontrager.
he was a sectional
And
champion.
for the Eagles, Aiden Hawkins.
Garcia out of Elkhart Central, who we lost to. That kid lost in the ticket round of semi-state last year. So
The team score, including forfeits, would be 12-12 now.
again, Aiden's 8-2 on the year right now. He aggressively works that Hawkins blast double. Get that half buried now.
He's keep walking to the head, and now just settle.
He's got his takedown, looking for near fall. Aiden had a horrible back injury last year that kept him out most of the season. It was just unfortunate, and he just really couldn't heal from it too much last year. He ended up wrestling 15 matches and was 11-4 last year. So strong. Aiden's up 5-1 right now. Working an inside tie, outside single.
He's a very smart wrestler, really keeps his head up, smart kid in school. He's just an all-around good community kid, along with his older brother Isaac and his younger brother Ian.
Trying to hit a slide by there. Missed it. Good outside single. Got his 2 takedown again.
That is one thing him and his brother really got to work on when they wrestled together in high school, is that outside single.
Looking for near fall here. Just getting his near fall. 3 count gets him 2 near fall. 5 count or anything over 3, it's going to get him a 3 near fall. 5 seconds going to give him 3 near fall. And he's got a pin.
Winner by fall for the Eagles, Aiden Hawkins.
Next match, Clayton Moosley, who's 1-1 on the year for Fremont. He's actually going to receive a
At
forfeit.
138 for the Eagles, Clayton Moosley will receive a forfeit.
Next match is our 145 class. One of my
Wrestling
favorite kids, Wyatt
At
Claxton.
145 for
And
Westview,
Jace Brandenberger.
And for the Eagles, Wyatt Claxton.
Wyatt's 7-3 on the year. Real good kid, technically strong. Really.
Has a lot of heart and puts in the time that most kids
Yeah,
don't seem to want to.
I enjoy watching Wyatt wrestle. We've taken Wyatt to quite a few tournaments. Jerry and myself have over the years. Last year, took him to the freshman sophomore semi-state and state. Wyatt very well. At semi-state, he was fourth last year, and we were almost wrestling at the midnight hour when that fourth place finish. When he got that fourth place finish last year.
He's a very smart wrestler too. Knows when to back out and knows when to finish. He's very heavy on the head.
Just trying to set up some offense here. Here he goes. Wyatt needs to set up a shot here. Nice. Nice to finish. Take down. Good work, Wyatt.
There's 40 seconds left in the first period. The current score is 2-0.
Just working a little leg lace there. Looking to work into a tilt.
Looks like he's trying to set up a wing here.
13 short seconds left. Nothing Wyatt after the first.
Green first.
Westview's actually looking better this year to me. I believe they have 12 or 13 kids this year. It's double what I've seen the last couple of years out of them. So it's a good thing that their program's looking up. Fremont's program just keeps looking up every year. Every year it keeps looking up to us. Kids are getting stronger. They're getting faster. Coach Thomas is doing a wonderful job with the conditioning of these Fremont kids.
One good thing about Coach Smoker also is he tries to encourage the kids to just kind of spread the word of wrestling and try to get more kids to join, and that's how he has successfully grown as a coach and as a team. This is his first team that he's coached or has been the head coach.
Yeah, and along with that, next match we get to see him coach against his father, which is always an exciting match. I believe last year, Travis got his first win against his father. So, Wyatt's got his leg in deep. He's working a power half there. Just has to extend him out here. Wyatt's putting some real pressure on with that power half.
Wyatt is a very heavy wrestler, knows where to put his weight where and just kind of hold him and try to work what he needs to work.
Trying to roll the wrist under and get him a wing, I think, here. Bottom got a stalling warning here. Wyatt's got the wing now.
The bottom man would need to attempt to at least knee slide up or successfully just to kind of get rid of that stalling. I mean, it's going to stay, but
Just to stay more active, definitely. Wyatt's trying to get one of his hooks in here. Get both of them this time. He's going to flatten him out and go to a power half and extend him. Hopefully he can turn him from here.
he just needs to stay heavy with the short time and just keep on top.
Unnecessary roughness on Wyatt. He's reaching back a little far on his cross face there. .8 seconds left. third. Isaac's only up Wyatt's only up 2-1 at this time. He's going to choose bottom. Needs to get a quick escape here.
The key thing to starting on bottom is just whoever jumps the gun first.
Explosion.
They both had a very good jump.
Switch. Good job, Wyatt. 4-1 Wyatt. Again, he's got his leg in with that power half now. He's trying to get the second one in. He's got the second one in now. He's got him flattened out. He needs to keep him flattened out.
Needs to watch where how high the opponent's arm will go.
Yeah. Trying to rotate the wrist under again.
Just needs to be quick.
Yeah, again, back to Westview. That's 13 kids, I believe, this year. So that's phenomenal for them. I think it's first-year coach too. It's really good that he can get the numbers almost doubled in the year. About 50 seconds left.
It's just awesome to see
All right, they're out of bounds.
a team just grow so much from just a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I remember at the Eastern Invitational 2 years ago, the year you won it, I believe.
We wrestled
I think they
three
had
matches on that
I think
team.
they had 6 kids total or something.
And 3 were injured at the
Yeah,
time.
so it says a lot about a program to keep going, to try to make something out of the program, and then to see the numbers double like that's phenomenal. The program definitely isn't built overnight, as Coach Smoker's figured that out. He's put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this program so far with his other coaches, and this program's, it's definitely, our Fremont program's come up in the last few years.
And he has definitely sustained some solid coaches. Coach Thomas started last
Coach
year.
Thomas, yeah.
Added Coach Thomas last year. One thing about Coach Thomas is he was a D1 football player and a tremendous athlete in the state of Michigan.
Central Michigan.
Yeah, he played for Central Michigan.
Yeah. Wyatt wins that match 4.
Winner by decision for the Eagles, Wyatt Claxton.
So next one we're going to have Carter Meeks at 152.
At 152
Carter's 5-0 right now.
Chandler Pushman.
He's had a really good year
And
so
for the
far.
Eagles, Carter Meeks.
Chandler Pushman, he's a senior. Again, I can't say enough about Carter. Carter along with Wyatt. And,
He's very good on top, very strong, very successful. Honestly, I mean, he's stayed positive this whole time, and I mean, he's just kept his head up, and that's the transition from dominating 8th grade middle school to having a rough beginning in high school, just keeping his head up and keeping the drive great. And now they look at he's undefeated this year.
And that whole class, that sophomore class is full. I mean, it really is. Wyatt, Zach Pika, Carter, Ryan Traxler. That class again is really, really, really full of athletes that we've had. Middle school, they really dominated. I think they just missed winning the team championship conference middle school. So yeah, Pika, Claxton, Woosley, Caden Barnes, Carter, Ryan Traxler, Caden Hanshew, and Austin Caskey. We got Isaiah Kramer back. Isaiah took a short turn that he was in Ohio at the beginning of the school year this year, but he's back, and he probably won't see any action this year. But yeah, man, he was really good for us last year, and it was good seeing him back in the building tonight. So I'm going to let special commentator here, Mr. Isaac Hawkins, trained wrestler, and Jerry take this over for a minute here.
transition between. I mean, it's just one of the key things with wrestling is just the perfect second. If you just seize the opportunity, and most likely it'll go.
Isaac, how's your season going so far?
It's going all right. We just had one meet.
You have 4 wins? Is that
Yeah.
right, that day?
4 out of 6.
Good. Good. How's the transition between high school and college? Is it a big difference?
It's pretty big. You can tell that all just your regular matches that you'd have in high school, in college, they're more like semi-state round, like state round matches. Because once you get to college, everybody's good.
Yeah, it's a better quality wrestling.
Yeah.
And another growth with the program is Coach Tom Hall with Trine also. I mean, ever since he's taken that program that Dan Callahan started, he's gotten some amazing wrestlers through there, and he was a successful college wrestler himself and a tremendous athlete himself also.
Yeah, I love Coach Hall. You know, he's really good at teaching kids moves and just leading practice and making sure that we peak at the right time and that we just get more and more love and learn better technique through our wrestling.
And one thing also with Coach Hall is he's always working with high school students. He is always hosting just camps and just weekly wrestlers, or just weekly wrestling programs at college, or trying himself. Carter with the pin there.
Winner by fall for the Eagles, Carter Meeks.
It's another opportunity, just a couple little rolling around. You get to see opportunities,
At
and it comes out
160 pounds,
successful.
For Westview, Anthony Stevens. And for the Eagles, Ryan Texler.
Ryan Traxler is 5-3 on the year. He's a very light wrestler for the weight class, 160. He weighed in tonight at 148. He is a sophomore, but he is wrestling a junior.
Last year, Ryan wrestled 106.
Yeah, definitely.
Big transition for him. Slipped through that. Nice job.
That's one of the main components in wrestling is holding the head. I mean, it's one thing that can do a lot. I mean, tremendous control and wrist control, and
Isaac, have you got to wrestle with Ryan this year in the room yet? Since his weight increase? No, not yet.
No. I wish I could. Yeah, I wish I could be working with these
Winner
guys.
by fall
Coaching
for
them.
Westview, Anthony
You know,
Stevens.
I love working with these guys, trying to make them better, get them moving well, you know, start to learn
At
things and slow
170
things
pounds for
down.
Westview, Doug Calvillo.
But
And for the Eagles, Lance Hook.
unfortunately, you know, COVID struck, and
Sure.
we're just kind of working with our punches here.
Yeah, we got Lance Book up right now. Lance is 3-3 on the year. Very strong kid. I remember that's all the boys talked about last year was how strong he is. And technique-wise, I think he improved definitely from the beginning of the year last year to definitely at the end of the year.
he's honestly just a natural cut athlete. I mean, just
He was fifth in sectionals last year. Pretty tough weight class in his conference last year. And
that's the one thing about like the weight classes 160 and 170. It's a lot of strong kids, a lot of muscle in that weight class.
we're going to skip all the way to heavyweight.
At 182 for the Eagles, Clayton Hanshu will receive a forfeit.
Hanshu gets a forfeit. That's actually his first
At 195
official
for
win
the
or loss of the
Eagles,
year.
Jacob Beam will receive a forfeit.
Yeah. That puts Vane to 10-1 this year.
At 220 pounds for the Eagles, R.J. Gilbone will receive a forfeit.
Here comes win number 99 for RJ this year. Hopefully tonight on the Eastside match we'll see him win his 100th career win here at Fremont.
Wrestling at 285 for Westview, Cleveland Sharp. And for the Eagles, Terry Hill.
Terry comes in 7-3 this year. It's his second year wrestling, correct? Terry second
Yeah,
year?
this is. Yeah, one thing about Jacob Boehm and R.J. Dilbone is just they're perfect practice partners. They had a successful year last year, both going to semi-state and both successfully making it to the ticker round, in which Jacob Boehm actually placed fourth at regionals, sadly, but so he had to wrestle a regional champ, but he came out successful and won.
Yeah, Taryn, I just see much improvement, just better movement even right now. First 30 seconds of the match than what he had all of last year. So, come on, block the shot here. Come on.
I remember talking to Taryn personally. He just thought he used to play basketball, and he was just so tall he thought he was naturally good, and found out he wasn't. And joined wrestling. He's found a natural success at it. There's a couple key weight classes that can be hard to find sometimes in high school. Is a 285-pound weight class and 106 pounds.
All right.
Winner by ball for the Eagles, Terry Hill.
Takes Taryn 8-3 on the year. And I'm going to score.
That concludes wrestling for the Fremont Westview match.
All right, well, we're
Stay
going
tuned for Fremont
to
Eastside.
take a short little break and come back with the Fremont Eastside match.
We're back 2 minutes ago before they start lining up for Eastside versus Fremont. This is Doug Smoker's first year coaching at Eastside from the transition from Angola, but it's always a great match to see father versus son coaching.
Yeah, this one's always an interesting one. Boy, I don't know that they talk during the day when they wrestle each other. I think it's not till weigh-ins that they don't text or make a phone call with each other that night. So, Coach Doug Smoker, Doug's been around coaching in this area in our conference for a long time. I was at Prairie Heights for many years, and coached our Coach Smoker, when he was on the mat. I believe that Doug had one state champ at Fremont or at Prairie Heights, correct? 215-pounder.
I believe he did. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he did. He had a 215-pounder that was a state champ.
I believe that is Prairie Heights' only state champ.
Yeah, I believe it's our conference only state champ, if I remember right. Then Doug went to Angola. He's had a few state qualifiers from there.
State places too.
I'm sorry, Isaac?
Yeah, he had 1 or 2 state places as well.
Yeah. Then he made the move over to my alma mater, Eastside. One of his buddies is a football coach over there as well, Todd Mason, who's had a phenomenal season this year, and some of Todd's football players I'm seeing here today is a good portion of the wrestling team. So
For round 2, between the visiting Eastside Blazers and the home team Fremont Eagles.
Eastside looks pretty young too.
Our lineup for
2
the
seniors
second
is all.
match. You don't need to line up, I'll just announce it.
1 junior. So that's
106
the rest are freshmen,
for
sophomores.
the Eagles. Corbin McCullough will receive a forfeit.
It'll be a pretty interesting match.
113 will be a double forfeit. At 120 for Eastside, Cody Collins will receive a forfeit. At 126 for the Eagles, Zach Pinkel will receive a forfeit.
So Zach's going to go to 10
At
2 on the night.
132 for
They're on the air.
Eastside, Briar Muncie, and for the Eagles, Aiden Hawkins.
I think that 32 matchup, I think that was a
At
match that
138
wrestled
for
last year.
Eastside, Tanner Wigger,
Briar's
and
a
for the
freshman.
Eagles, Claxton
Aiden, I
Moosley.
believe, was his first match back from his back
At
injury last year.
145 for Eastside, Lane Burns, and for the Eagles, Wyatt Claxton.
Briar was successful in that match.
At 152
It's going to be
for
nice to
Eastside,
watch.
Brandon
It's a good
Goodman, and for the
rematch
Eagles, Carter
and
Meeks.
see the growth for over time.
At 160 for Eastside, Thad Feature. For the Eagles, Ryan Texler. At 170 for Eastside, Dakota Reed. And for the Eagles, Lance Book. At 182 for Eastside, Jackson Wicker. And for the Eagles, Caden Hanshoe. At 195 for Eastside, Dax Holman. And for the Eagles, Jacob Bean. And at 220, R.J. Gilbo will receive a forfeit. And at 285, Karen Wills will receive a forfeit for the Eagles. Let's wrestle!
It's just always great to see just kind of the same transition that the father and son have been. They have similar coaching strategies, and
Yeah, a lot of ties, being heavy on the head, snaps. That's a great setup that Doug and Travis both have had for years.
there should be a couple of good matches through this meet.
You talk
At
about
106 pounds, the Eagles, Corbin McCullough will receive a forfeit.
talk about Travis. I think last year was it last year he got his first win, or was it your senior year, Jerry, that got his first win against his dad?
It was.
I
his
believe,
senior
yeah,
year.
it was my
Jerry's
senior
forfeit.
year. And
Jerry's senior
At 120
year.
wrestling.
Last year, Isaac, did you guys beat him as well? Beat
For
Angola?
Eastside,
Yeah,
Cody
we
Collins.
beat them 2 years back to back.
Okay, so that's really good.
so it would look like 2-2 right now at overall meets against father and son.
At 126 for the forfeit for the Eagles, Zach Pika.
All right, so we're going to have our first match here. It'll be 132. It's going to be Aiden.
And wrestling this evening at 132.
Briar Muncie.
For Eastside, Briar Muncie. And for the Eagles, Aiden Hawkins.
be an interesting match here. It'll be interesting to keep Isaac quiet too during this one.
These are two very heavy wrestlers, like heavy on the head, very fast-paced, very strong wrestlers.
Aiden got it in deep. Muncie blocked it very well. Reset back to their feet. Well, they're both football players as well. I believe Aiden was a defensive back, just as Breyer is as well. Again, he was shot in for his single, his outside single, and Breyer blocked it. Muncie with a takedown. Aiden just needs to work back up to his feet. He's back up. Get his hips out. He's back. He's a whizzer out of that hard.
Breyer has that very heavy right now. Keep it good.
Whizzer. I think a whizzer through. We'll keep it right there. He'll get a stalling call, but it's like Aiden's he's getting his hand back now. He just needs to extend his leg through. Two reversal for Aiden here. It's a nice reversal, just knowing where he was at, the position he was in.
Aiden is also a very heavy leg rider, getting that from his older brother Isaac.
He does like to ride the legs. He's getting near fall there. Not yet. He's almost got it. He's close to some near fall there. 20 seconds to go. We're 2-2. Should be getting his near fall now. Yep. There's a 2-3 count. 4. He's got 3 near fall then sitting. 11 seconds to go. So good reversal, good near fall there for Aiden. Looks like we'll end the period at 5-2 here after the first. Good job, Aiden. That was very good work there to get that reversal.
It's also interesting to see these coaching strategies through how they coach the same ways to see these wrestlers try to.
So they have to defend
what they learn.
not only is their offensive strategy is the same, but they have to defend the same thing. That it kind of works nice both ways because they work on it in practice together too. Not obviously not with each other, but they're working the same ideas in their respective rooms.
Before COVID, they actually Travis and Doug would actually do a lot of like, hey, have my kids go to your open mats and go to mine, and they did a lot of working together, a lot of Angola and Fremont
collectively work together. Muncie looks a little high here. It looks like Aiden could come out the back door. Needs to straighten his arm through.
Keep circling, keep circling, keep circling!
As you can hear, Isaac Hawkins gets a little excited sometimes.
He's gonna bundle this up, and he should take him straight to his back once his head comes clear. He just walk forward and keep circling.
Aiden's looking very good right now. He got about a minute left to unlock the period.
I know a lot of folks don't understand wrestling, but it looks like Aiden's in a really bad position. But actually, he's in a very good position right now.
Good! Good!
As he's about to get the reversal.
He's going to go into a pin. He's going to go into a pin right here. He's stuck right there. That's a great job, Aiden. Great job. You avenge that loss from last year. They call that a defensive pin. I sure don't know if I call that defensive. I mean, it was a great reversal. Aiden did exactly what he was supposed to.
And for the Eagles, Clayton Moosley.
Clayton Moosley. It's Clayton's second year, I believe.
Yeah.
He didn't get much mat time last year. He's wrestling Tanner Wicker. Tanner is a very experienced wrestler. I've been wrestling for years, actually.
This is one thing, another basketball to wrestling transition. Seen improvements just in overall athleticism. His dad is very interested in wrestling, and
take down Wicker too. Current score is 18-6 right now in favor of the Eagles. As far as team score goes, that was a big match for Aiden to win that last one. So, one person I'd like to talk about for Eastside this year that I don't know that she will be wrestling tonight. I didn't see her matched up, and she probably has a tough wrestle off being at 145. She'd have to wrestle off against Lane Burns, state qualifier from last year. But Timory Rudder, she's just been wrestling forever, and she's a freshman. Very impressive, and female wrestling is becoming more and more of a sport locally on the state level, and then definitely in the collegiate level. There's several collegiate teams, several high school teams in our state.
There's also always been a women's world class for wrestling, and
I believe Trine started a women's program.
Yep.
So, and Timory's, like I said, she's a freshman, and currently she's ranked 5th in state as a freshman at 145 for the women's. There's the 4 girls ahead of her, 2 juniors and 2 seniors. So she's seen a lot of mat time, and she's battled with a little bit of an injury this year, but mad props to her. She's out there every day busting her butt and making herself better. That's for sure. And her parents have supported her a long way.
Being blessed with Doug Smoker this year, he actually got to take her to a girls only tournament this year, and he's helping support her with that.
Yeah, and I believe she was 4-2 or 5-2 on the day that day, so she had a good day as well. So 2-0 Wicker after the first.
Great thing
Wicker
with
chooses down on this one.
Great thing with Trine wrestlers or the women's wrestling is the new women's coach is Amy Hildebrand. That's the sisters
of world
Sarah,
champ, right?
Yeah. Sister to Sarah Hildebrand.
Woosley had locked hands that give Wicker a free move. Wicker gets a reversal out of it, plus the 1 point for the illegal move. So Wicker 5-0 right now with 1.5 minutes to go in the second.
Looks like he's going to go for the half, that power half.
You get a wrist and a half here.
Like I said, with Clayton only being his second year, I mean, some of these wrestlers that have been winning are only second-year wrestlers, and they become very successful just putting their heart into it and just
you
learning.
Just have to put the time in. Jerry speaks from experience there. So, not winning a match his sophomore year, to being a little bit having a little success his junior year, and having some good success his senior year with an unfortunate ending to his career. But
as you see, Clayton actually went in for a decent shot. Didn't finish the shot.
Woosley's in there. If he can get his leg out and get that far side cradle. He's got it locked, actually.
He just needs to hike over and just lean back.
He can roll through that. He's there. If he can roll
He's got it locked really well. Just needs to roll.
Yeah, Tanner got his arm free. That's unfortunate there. Clayton was in good, really, really good position.
He's rolling good. Oh,
really good position. Yeah, pin for Wicker. So next match, 145. We got for us Wyatt Claxton for Eastside Lane Burns. I believe this is Lane's second match of the year. I guess a match and a half maybe. Injured his elbow in his first match this year. He's up 4-0 and injured his elbow. But he was a state qualifier last year. These guys are going to move and get after it. Isaac's got some good experience with Lane, and they're quite good friends. But boy, their matches last year, it was back and forth quite a bit. I think Lane ended up getting the better of the matches twice, and you got it once, correct? 1-1. Okay. But how many total points were scored in those 2 matches? 50? 58?
First match was 18-10, and I won that one. Second match was 20-15, and he won that one.
Yeah.
it's just very strong offensive wrestler.
Finals? What was the second match last year? Conference finals?
Conference finals.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're going to mix it up good out here. They're going to get after it, these two guys. Wow, Wyatt missed a big throw he was looking for there. He said this is going to be a good experience for Wyatt. This is probably one of the best wrestlers in our conference.
Lane's really tough on top, too.
Yeah, Lane is a good rider. That's definitely true.
Really good with legs.
him and Isaac last year, gosh, in the first minute and a half, I think they each had 8 or 10 points already. It was just a roll around, working hard. But last year, Lane lost to Drake Campbell from Brownsburg in the Friday night of the state tournament. But it was just an interesting weight class last year. That weight class was that they had the Chacon kid from New Haven that ended up fourth at state last year. That ended up being a semi-state champ. That's who Isaac lost to. But a 12-9 battle that pretty controversial in my eyes. Isaac had some good position a couple times, and Isaac beat him earlier that year. And then Layton lost to him, and I believe the New Haven Invitational, something like that. And then
Regionals, I
Layton
believe.
was a sectional champ. And then
Third at
regional. He lost to another kid in the semis at regional. But then, and then Isaac wrestled in the regional finals last year against the Hooley kid, right, from Northridge. And that's who Lane ended up beating in his ticket round to go to state last year. So that weight class touched home to a lot of us, and Lane's parents and I are very close. Always have been, and it's just funny how the family grows with this sport.
Lane also comes
Isaac,
from a
like I said, Isaac
long
and Lane
line
are-
with his brothers, with all of them wrestled,
he's
and they were very successful too.
He's the youngest of three.
Lane is the most successful out of the three.
If you measure the successes as state qualifier, yes.
Right,
Lane
right.
is, but Tate and Seth both were very good wrestlers. Just like we have with the Hawkins family, I'm excited to see what Aiden's going to end up finishing this year. It's going to be pretty interesting. I think
Wyatt-
for
Wyatt's-
4-0 Wyatt, this is a good match.
Yeah, this
so
is a
far.
very good match. He's staying very good defensively.
He needs to move a little more in the body, but yeah.
He needs to build up to his base here.
Yep, he's not getting turned, that's for sure.
He's kind of sitting ducks on bottom.
And you know, that kid's been wrestling since I think since he could walk. So I mean,
He was born with
you know,
headgear on. I
he's,
mean, he's just one of those kids that he's just
he's-
always lived around it, and it's literally just a part of his life.
yeah, he's waiting for the right mistake to be made if there's one to be made, and he's going to capitalize. But hopefully, Wyatt can work up here and score one before the end of the second period.
Like I said, Wyatt got to learn the difference between wrestling just in season and wrestling all year round, and it's just a world of difference.
So 4-0. This is definitely manageable going into the third. Again, speak highly of Burns. Isaac, I think he's ranked third in semi-state right now and currently ranked 15th in the state overall. So, now the rankings, I guess I was looking at, they got him 15th at 145, but they have him third at our semi-state at 152. So it looks like he's going to be wrestling 45. Got a little blood time for Wyatt here.
Haven't really been able to see much of Lane at all this year. But this has been a pretty good match. This is Lane's first match back from injury, and it could be a big opportunity for Wyatt if he's able to capitalize on this. But the key to these sort of matches, these sort of situations, is you just got to keep your head, stay composed, stay smart, and wrestle smart.
And as I've always told, you know, any kid that I've coached over the years, that, you know, when you're wrestling with better wrestlers in the area, wait for them to make a mistake. You're going to get one chance in every match, and they're going to make one mistake, and you have to capitalize when that opportunity comes. So again, just be prepared the whole time. Be ready to go, and once you see that mistake, you need to capitalize on it.
That's one thing I've been pretty grateful for myself. Not only did I have my dad around me during wrestling season, and he was always willing to take me anywhere I needed to capitalize and improve in wrestling.
Well, Wyatt wanted to choose neutral here in the third period, so Burns gets a escape point. So it's 5-0 Burns right now.
Getting to the leg of lane is really only half the battle.
Yeah.
He's got really good hips, and he can fight off leg defense. No,
And
He
it-
stays great on this.
He is a very strong upper body wrestler too.
Stays. So Burns with the takedown, 7-0 here.
You know, these are just a couple of those kids that if you ever run into wrestling, it's like they don't have they just have an unlimited gas tank. They just keep going and going. I mean,
And that's what it takes to be good. You know, it's this time in every match in the third period that you have to be stronger than the other person. You know, so what we need to avoid right here, as far as the team score goes, is to avoid a pin right here. You know, to keep us ahead in the score.
just try to keep under at least a major. Just kind of try to keep it.
he wants no takedown. He wants 4 instead of 3.
Looks like Lane's going to try to go for the major here.
So he cut him to try to get a takedown to get a major victory. But Wyatt can be dangerous on his feet, so
Very.
that's always the best idea. But Wyatt has to go if he's going to go. He can't let another run around here. I don't know. Wyatt's got it now.
Winner by decision on Eastside, Brendan Burns.
7-1 Burns win there.
At 152 for Eastside, Brendan Gertman.
Now we're going to have
And for the Eagles, Carter Meeks.
and Carter. Again, Carter went to 6-0. 6-0 after the last match, so 18-15 Eagles right now. The overall team score. So we need to get a pin out of Carter here.
Carter is just one of those kids where there's so much potential.
He
He
has
started-
it, doesn't he?
He started late. He's got to work on his
Did he?
technique.
7th grade he started, right? Yeah. So he started in 7th grade, and a lot of these kids, you know, they're starting at 4 and 5 and 6 years old. And well, they're sure fun tournaments to watch too when you go see those little guys wrestle. They're actually fun to coach too. I coached many of them for many years. It was a lot of fun.
A heavy
Nice.
fireman's carry coming there from
body
Carter.
fireman there. That's a nice. He needs to circle around. Keep the half, bury the half more, and get a chest to chest. Very nice, Carter.
That's
Very
one thing
nice.
Carter's always
Body
been good
fighter.
at is just keeping defensive and capitalizing on mistakes. I mean,
Pin by Carter.
That is-
That's a big win right there, folks.
Winner by
Big
fall for
win
the
for Carter.
Eagles, Carter Meeks.
7-0. 7-0, Carter.
At
Here's
160
probably
pounds.
one of the closer
For
matches.
Eastside, second feature for the Eagles, Ryan Texler.
And Traxler. And again, Traxler goes from 106 last year to 160 this year. Again, he's wrestling light 160, but yeah, pretty interesting. Victor with the takedown here.
I mean, it could just be hard just going from a lighter weight class just to transition to more muscular kids who's going from 52 to 60 instead of 106 from 60.
But I think Traxler grew from about 5'8" to, it's got to be Isaac 6'1" now.
Yeah,
You
at
know,
least.
so he's probably put 5 or 6 inches on this year.
That's one thing about Traxler too, is just a late start in wrestling, and he put his heart into
Yeah, his
it.
8th
And
grade year.
a lot of off-season tournaments that we have been blessed to take ourselves.
Kid wasn't, boy, he struggled to win a match his first year, and he was really, really getting down on himself. But, yeah, you know, he's worked to get back to where he is. Nice spin through, nice, very nice.
It's a nice throw there. Just needs to capitalize on that half right there and just circle and run it.
Just pull that arm through her arm spin.
He's going in for that inner leg, try to pull it in and keep control, let go of it.
5-4. What a close match here. Great job by Ryan. But he's got to keep that offensive position when he gets it like that.
There's 15 seconds left of this period, kind of going into the end. I think they're just waiting it out.
Yeah, 5-4. 5-4 Traxler right now, but he needs to get that crucial point from the bottom or two and get up and get out quick. So let's see. Eastside's deferring to Fremont here, so Traxler's going to choose up. So, which doesn't happen often. So Coach Smoker must have some confidence in Ryan on the top.
That's one thing with Traxler too, is just being so tall. He has long legs, and
Yeah, now he definitely, if he can.
one thing he's always capitalized on off season truly is just leg riding and how lengthy he's always been.
Boy,
He's always been good at
Peter
cradles.
did exactly what you were supposed to do right there. Beat the man off the whistle. But thank gosh Ryan could hang on there for a little bit, so hopefully Ryan's a little more prepared this time on the whistle and can break him down for us. That caution on him with the hand on the belly button again here.
One thing
Nice,
about
that locked
keeping him
hands.
heavy.
So that's unfortunate. That's going to tie the match unless he gets he scores on this free move, which he doesn't. So it's going to be 5-5 for locked hands there. And you know,
That's one thing to struggle with also, is just when you're just sitting there rolling and rolling
it
and
is when
rolling.
we talk about wrestling and that penalty there, man, that is a tough one to avoid.
I mean, that's just the difference between natural instinct to try to hang on and wrestling. I mean, it's a tough call, but
Ryan needs to get his leg in and work back towards the center of the mat here.
he is keeping heavy on the shoulders, which is very smart. That's out of bounds.
He's got to keep good head pressure when he's working that, but looked like feet through. Nope. Thought he had a little blood time, a little blood going on out there. But so hopefully Ryan sticks in here and keeps his pressure right away. Doesn't let him get up. Good job, Ryan. Roll through. Boy, they're moving.
Looking like some
Victor
freestyle
definitely-
wrestling in this match.
Victor's trying to get out. You know. Ryan just needs to keep driving through it. Needs to obble underneath here. As you guys could probably hear Coach Smoker in the background.
Both of them just yelling.
So Victor could have had a reversal there, but they ended up facing each other out of bounds, so it was an escape. So now we're on our feet with 59 seconds to go in the second period.
One thing to truly is like to score points off of an escape is not only do you have to get up, but you have to lose contact with the opponent who's in control or get the reversal.
There we go. Hey, Traxler with a big takedown for us here. I don't know that score's right.
I am not sure on that actually right now.
No, I think that score is off. I think the scoreboard's off right now. Traxler with a takedown. That's a big takedown.
Traxler is looking very confident right now. I mean,
Yeah, as you heard Eastside Coach Smoker saying, it's hard. It's hard. That's what wrestling's about. You know, I've always tried to instill that in kids I coach. That it's more. You know, there's a lot of technique, but you know, heart is a big thing. So there's a good scramble out of bounds here. So got one escape. This high crouch there from Victor.
He's doing
Ryan
exactly
blocked
what he
it, so
should
he's
be.
putting his hips down, he's keeping his hips heavy on
He
the
should
arm.
hook up the cradle. He's actually very good at that overside
He
cradle.
needs to just push ahead through right now, spin behind to get his 2. There's 2. That's what he needed to do there. 3 seconds to go. We're tied 9-9, folks, going into the last period. It's going to be an exciting ending to this one.
This is a 9-9 match, very close and very dependent on the team score as well.
So now we got blood time here.
This can be a very key win for Texler.
Well, this would be a
team
big win,
itself.
conference win, and every conference win you get, it also helps you with your seeding come conference tournament time. And again, folks, he's wrestled 12 pounds. Well, actually, technically 14 pounds now that we're past Christmas. They get a 2-pound allowance after Christmas. So this kid, a 160 kid, could weigh in at 162. Fichter weighed in at 152 today, so they're both lightweight 60 pounders. So and how they get there, obviously, if you've got a 52 pounder that's a little better than you, or the coaches will move you around from whatever weight class to benefit the team better. So this is going to be an interesting next 2 minutes here for us. So like I said, this is going to be an interesting 2 minutes here. And they're both on their... nope. Fichter is choosing down for the third period, so it's his choice.
Tried to get some last second points because that's a key thing. It's like flipping the coin in a football game. Who gets it at halftime to see where you're at.
And a lot of times you're going to defer. If you win that coin flip, you're going to defer to the latter period. Good job on that. Traxler, good job on that. He actually, Fichter exploded so many times on him. Traxler was ready that time. I don't know a bunch about the Fichter kid, but he sure looked like a coachable kid for Doug. He's doing everything that his coach Smoker's telling him, but
He's got to stretch him out here.
now he's definitely getting stretched out by Traxler, as we said earlier. They called a stalemate. That might have been a little premature, but
That was a bad spot for Ryan.
Yeah.
He's stretched him out with his legs. He's able to get in a better spot.
That's one key thing you need to watch about just learning to ride legs is just not being too high and giving the opponent the opportunity to just grab your head and pull you down.
This is a big match for both teams because this is really one of those swing matches where you're not super sure who's going to win. I mean, you obviously have your hopes for who you want to win, but it's one of those big ones where you're really not sure.
yeah, I mean, if both teams were fully rostered, the fortunate part is the last 2 matches, Fremont's getting 12 points. So, which that makes it tough. Forfeits make it tough, and that's why I wish we'd see more kids out wrestling.
One tough thing about wrestling is just
this could be interesting, folks.
the heart and the conditioning. I mean, 6 minutes for 3 periods, 2 minutes each. It doesn't seem like a lot of time, but when you're just in a mat, 1 versus 1 person, it's not like a thing where you can have a good team and like, hey, I'm a part of a winning team. Wrestling's wrestling. I mean, it's you on the mat. You don't have...
Good catch by Coach Smoker over there to catch his wrestler. He was just off the mat a little bit. Good job, Traxler, on that follow.
He's trying to force that leg in,
He's trying to get both legs in and
trying to stretch him out.
blocking him well.
He's a little high right now.
Yeah, Fichter's blocking him. He's blocking him real well.
He's in a bad spot, but
Yeah,
all he can do is extend and try and power half that right side.
He's keeping him good right now, just kind of controlling the match right now. But
If he can lift his head and flatten him back out, come up through his arm and shoulders, he can.
Oh, he's got to get that right leg back in.
Yeah, he's definitely got to get the leg back in. I thought he had it in until he turned here. He's got 55 seconds. There, he's got it back in. That's a plus. That's near fall. He's getting near fall counted, folks.
there's 2.
Yes, he's getting near fall. He's got 3 near fall right now. So if he can just sit through 40 seconds here, he's going to win this match.
Or potentially get a pin. I mean, his head's going down, and
He's got 3. So even if he gives up this reversal, we're still up by 1.
Yeah, from the crowd, it looks like Traxler almost had him stuck.
Keep pushing that.
20 seconds to go here.
I mean, Traxler, he is not in a good position, but man, he is holding it well. That
stalemate call, that's probably a benefit for the Eagles right here and Ryan Traxler to get that stalemate call. So he's up 12-9 right now with 12 and a half seconds to go. But 3 points in the last 12 seconds of a wrestling match.
It's huge. I mean,
it can be turned real fast, folks. So one escape and a takedown right away, and this match is tied. But Ryan does a good job. Oh, there, left he goes. See, now he's giving him 2, so it's 12-11 here. 4 seconds to go.
That's going to be a tough call right there, calling it from a reversal to a...
It was a reversal. I wouldn't call it an escape and a takedown. That's a reversal.
Looks like
Coach Smoker's not going to agree with the ref on that one, but I think it was more of a reversal than an escape and a takedown. So if it ends up right, it's going to be a 12-11 match in favor of Traxler and the Fremont Eagles. I probably agree with that call. Coach Smoker, he's not agreeing with it, but the other Coach Smoker is agreeing with it, I'm sure. So again, that was some heart. And, now we got Lance Book. That's set at 170, and Dakota Reed. I think this is a pair of sophomores wrestling here. I know Reed's a sophomore. Is Lance a sophomore or junior?
I believe Lance is a junior.
Yeah, Lance is a junior. I apologize for that. And Dakota's a sophomore. So 27-15 Eagles. With actual matches, we've got 1, 2, 3 actual matches and then 2 Fremont forfeits. So it's not quite out of the woods yet for Fremont, but yes, it would be. Yeah, it absolutely is. So the Eagles are going to win the match, which is real good. Reed in on a blast double there. Book scrambling here. Again, I'll go back to Book. He's such a strong kid. And just need to get him some more technique. He really should be reaching back on that leg like that. It'll end him up in that, in that kind of position.
Needs to keep that one hip down and just trying to keep Reed to the mat. I mean, you see Lance, he's trying to fight, he's trying to move, trying to see where he needs to go. There's a full Nelson on the call.
Full Nelson call? Yeah, it's where both your hands are touching under the arms to the head, which
that's just
in
like
Mr. Kiespert's world. I think a full Nelson's legal, but in high school wrestling, it's not legal. So yeah, off the top turnbuckle.
And that's the same thing when you get to like locked hands and stuff. I mean, it's just sometimes it can be natural instinct, and you don't mean to do it, but that's a mistake.
Like,
that's a point can mean winning or losing a match. Looks like he's got a 3 points here. If he's
all Lance can try and do here is try and turn that wing down, get back to his head.
Turn the elbow to the mat, turn the hip to the mat. It's the easiest way to be out of that wing. He can get his arm through his legs.
He's going to try and get his arm underneath that.
Now he's got to keep coming their way. Now he can't grab her on the waist. Yeah, he's got to get his arm through.
That's one thing when you're on top and you get both those legs laced like that. That's a hard move to get out from.
Again, back to that, these are crucial matches, not just for tonight, but for, their conference seeding.
For the Eagles,
Eastside's other senior, Jackson Wicker here. Again, I think Wickers and Hawkins are pretty tight families, so, as our family in Wickers. With me growing up in Butler and then my nephews playing football down there, they're all pretty close.
pretty interesting matchup with Jackson Wicker returning regional qualifier from last year.
Yeah, he was regional qualifier last year.
Kind of see how Caden Henshaw does with a little bit better competition than what you might see.
Sure. And last year, Caden got his first win, I think, in the 5th and 6th place match at sectionals.
Yeah.
If that's right, yeah. Jackson with a blast double. That was nice. That was good. Caden has to stay in better position. Wicker's hit him that blast double twice. Isaac, I don't know about you, but I'd see some improvement in Jackson this year.
Oh yeah, he's looking a lot better.
I mean, I think he's looking a lot better. I don't know if that's.
He's looking better, but Caden is too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Caden's gotten way better from when he was back in middle school.
For sure.
He's been improving a lot.
And not to take it away from Caden, but I'm excited to see his little brother wrestle. His little brother's exciting to me.
Oh, see it. Caden got kind of bad position there.
Yeah.
He stopped moving.
Yeah.
That's one of those capitalizing on the right
19
moments.
seconds to go. If he could.
The current score is 4-6 with 15 seconds to go.
Wicker is so flexible. Isaac, I forget who Jackson wrestled last year, but RJ. Yeah, RJ.
Where he was
And
actually
I'm telling
doing
you-
full splits during the match, trying to avoid a takedown.
Well, and then his bridge. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody bridge as well as Wicker does.
I mean, that's one thing about Wicker is, I mean, he's a hard kid to pin. I mean, he is just so successful at just getting up from bottom. And
really fighting out your back is all hard. That's all how much you want to win, how much you want to keep wrestling.
Yeah, and that's what I mentioned earlier. And, we talk about the bridge, and it's a position you don't want to be in, but, there's a possibility that that's going to happen sometime, and you better be prepared. And let me tell you, Jackson's flexibility is very, very, very impressive. Hopefully we can get Hanshu on the offense here instead of on the defense. Looking back, a little discrepancy in the score here.
that's just one thing that just getting caught up in the action, sometimes you can kind of get backed up and kind of lose the score. Thankfully, every time we have the scoreboard keeper, and then we have a manager from each team keeping personal scores.
Pretty interesting here. Not sure if Hanshu had near fall. I believe the score is correct. Oh, it's 8-4. 8-4 Wicker, okay. So going to the second period, 8-4. Hanshu chose neutral. There, he's showing some offense here. That's good. He needs to keep doing it. You know, and as a young wrestler like that, Hanshu, that's, you know, being in that wrestling room around that weight class, you know, you've got Jacob Bain and RJ not far away, so your everyday wrestling partners, they'll just make you better.
And that's one thing Fremont's been very grateful for receiving a new lifting coach, Troy Barker, and has actually...
Yeah, bigger, faster, stronger program that he's instilled has really changed some Fremont athletics for us.
And Troy Barker, he's not a one sport focused kind of guy. I mean, he is into all sports. I mean, great overall guy.
All right, Wicker's got his 3 near fall.
Going for the pin right now. And Caden's not looking like he's in a great spot. He is fighting hard, though.
He's back to his
There
base.
he
Good
is.
job, Caden. It's a 13-4 right now. Looks like Wicker's got a cradle locked up. Yeah. He did perfect. Put his knee to the hip there.
He just needs to fight
They
the
rotate
hands right
through.
there and try to break that grip to see if you can roll over. There is currently 36 seconds left in this match.
As our coach Smoker likes to say, get long in this. So he needs to extend his leg and break the grip at the same time. Which that's a lot easier said than done at times.
I mean, sometimes when you're on bottom and you just hear the coach say, stand up, stand up, stand up. I mean, it's not as easy as that. You can try your best, but there's currently 10 seconds left trying to fight that pin, getting last second. They're close to out of bounds.
Looks like Handshoe's got a 2 reversal. Nice work. Nice work. Didn't get stuck with that head and arm. So scoring 2 at the end.
We're currently going into the third period.
Wicker chooses down with a 10-point lead.
Note too, if Whitker could get 5 more points, it would be considered a tech fall, which is winning by the majority of 15 points. Explosive stand up. He's reaching. He's
not supposed to reach back like that, but it looks like it could end up in his benefit. Good job, Caden Handshoe.
Caden Handshoe's actually trying his best, keeping that leg.
That's bundled.
It's a very nice thing. That's
Boy, Isaac, I hear Coach Moore up there holler at him, don't come to the head, and I don't know that these kids understand it, and I'm sure you do now that you're out of high school, but how blessed you are with the experience between the coaching staff we have here. I mean, we haven't even mentioned Coach Lakuta, and I mean this guy could just do it all on the mat, or inside the cage for that matter.
Coach Lakuta was a 4-time state qualifier, a 3-time placer.
Yeah,
And
second place his senior year.
Yeah.
His only loss was to IU's coach, correct? Angel Escobedo.
Who went
4-time
on
state champ
to be an
and national
Olympian.
champ.
Yeah, so when you talk about Escobedo, that west side of the state where he comes from, that name is just huge over there, and
Yep.
it's not just from Angel.
one thing about Angel Escobedo too. I mean, he was just going through his senior year, mostly his high school career, just pinning everyone he wrestled. One thing that when they wrestled in the state finals, he wrestled his heart out, but
Yeah, it's tech fall there. Yeah, so 21-16 Wicker. That's a 15-point loss for Handshoe, but I'm telling you right there, I think he looked pretty good for one of the better kids at 82 in our conference.
That's also Handshoe's first match of this entire season as well.
Yeah, true. He got a forfeit.
195 pounds.
So we get to see our ticket rounder, Jacob Bain. We get to see Russell Day and Russell Dax Holman.
one thing about Jacob is just he's just a good old naturally strong
This
kid.
This kid just gets after it. He doesn't look at the rankings or the phones and to see who he's wrestling. He goes out and he says, "I'm in the circle. I'm going to wrestle." So Dax has got a leg in. Jacobs is so long, so strong. So it's hard to run legs on him, but that's about the only way you could beat him, I believe, most of the time, because he's just so upper body strong. He's working his way out. He's going to be out in a second. Very nice job. He didn't get impatient. He wasn't concerned.
I mean, this is a kid that just took the basics and learned it. And him right there with that half, I mean, even when I used to practice with him before I graduated, from the time I wrestled him, that half or whatever, when he's on top of you trying to turn you, he's not being nice about it. It hurts. He is a strong kid. And when he's trying to turn you, he is trying to turn you. So,
yeah, and that's what he knows. I mean, he takes that spiral once he gets his takedown.
He does like that Russian tie right there.
Russian tie there. And he gets a spiral, and I'm telling you, if he gets that thing deep with those long legs and long arms and his strength, you're in trouble. As a kid from Carroll last year that Jake had in the opening round of semi-state, you know, that Jake took the kid down and just spiraled him for 2.5 periods after that. Dominated that match to a regional champ. So there's Jake with the takedown.
And coming from
half can't feel good.
Carroll wrestler, I mean, that is a tough sectionals and regionals right there.
Get a win here. There it is.
There it is.
All right, Dame with a pin. So that takes me to 11-1 on the year. So RJ Dilbone, unfortunately, it's going to be a forfeit for his 100th win, but you know, let's give RJ a big congratulations
For his 100th win.
as the sign might be upside down over there. But
Pause to recognize RJ Dilbone on his 100th win. RJ.
Looks like we got that sign corrected.
that's a big accomplishment, folks. So, I mean, that's you know, at least 25 wins a year, you know, on average over the 4 years. So that's a big thing.
That could be a tough thing to do too. I mean, 100 wins is very successful, and I mean, it's just a very well-known mile marker for wrestling.
You know, I mean, that's going to say something. And you know, I want to talk a little bit about RJ. When he was in middle school, to see what he is now, to what he's grown up to. You know, I remember taking him to some off-season tournaments, and as I refer to it, he was a little fat kid. And now this kid is strong as an ox, and in great shape, and just works his butt off. So congratulations, RJ, on a 100th win.
I'd like to say something about RJ too.
Yeah, let Isaac talk a little bit.
RJ's been my practice partner for at least 2 or 3 years now, back when I was in high school. And if there's one thing that defines RJ and this who he is and how he is work ethic and dedication. Right? RJ always working to better, whether it be football or wrestling, and whatever he's doing, he's dedicated and he's committed to whatever he has to do.
And you're talking about a kid who's in the weight room every day of the week, just trying to get better and better himself, mentally and physically.
He's coachable. He learns new things. He listens to people who are teaching him how to run things, and just a great kid all in all.
So that team duel will end up being 45-26. It's a big win for Fremont. Also coming off the Westview win, it was 57-24.
So we'll be handing this back over to Mr. Kiesbert, and see you guys next Thursday.
We will be wrestling Prairie Heights.
Hosting Prairie Heights, and it will be senior night, I believe, which another night to recognize RJ, with it being our lone senior.
All right, awesome job from Jerry and Dwayne Eck, doing a phenomenal job tonight, and appreciate that. And just want to let everyone know again, we have JV basketball action tomorrow night, as our girls will host Busco at 6 o'clock, followed by the boys, JV, hosting Busco approximately 7:30, and then, of course, the big triple header coming up on Saturday night. That's a 4:30 start for the C team, followed by approximately 6 o'clock for JV, followed by approximately 7:30 for varsity. Don't forget to subscribe. And once again, a huge congratulations to RJ Dilbone and his win number 100 in his career. We have wrestling again next Thursday night for senior night, and the Prairie Heights rivalry matchup. That will be approximately a 6 o'clock start there as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Fremont Eagles Network. Have a great night.